Hey, everybody. Good morning and happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve again to those that work. Happy Saturday for those that are retired. But it is Thursday. I just wanted to fill you in kind of with what's going on because there's kind of a lot going on right now. First of all, yes, I did take a ride Sunday. And I said I was going to go to Salmon Falls, but I didn't. And I went with my ex. And I always say, that just because you dated someone and it doesn't work, it's okay to still be friends. And I said that, but I realized that day really how conceited he is and how he thinks. Emotional abuse is okay, because he said he was happy. He was, glad the way he did his part, which was to push me out. Which, that was Spirit's intention was to get me out of the house, and that's why it became rocky. But, when you learn somebody's that conceited, it's kind of, it's not a real attractive look. But I call people beautiful people because I'm looking at your spirit. I'm looking at your spirit. There's people, you look like you look, and that is that, right? But if you look at a person and look at their heart, it's a whole different feeling. So look at people for their heart. Where's their heart at? So anyways, it was a great ride. Got to do Mormon. I did lead because I wanted to stop at some places, and the crosses. Hmm, um, There was a tragic accident. It happened back in 1989, so it was a long time ago. And you can actually Google it, tragic accident on Mormon Immigrant Trail in 1989, and read the story. But five people did lose their lives, and several of them did get injured pretty badly. And I actually know a friend that was in that pack, and she has a whole new story, but she hasn't been back since. It really scarred her. So. But anyways, it was a beautiful ride. Got to stop there, and I love the Sierras, so I got to stop and take pictures of the Sierra and stuff like that. And then 88, that's just a fun ride. So did 88, and then boogied on home because I wanted to make it home before it got dark. But it was a great day, Sunday, and um, I believe I said that Kurt's funeral service is going to be this Sunday, and I was given the wrong information. It's actually going to be Saturday. So again, I'm not doing my ride on Saturday. I'm going to go be with Kurt and his people. So that's that. But in the meantime, I was looking for Penske truck, budget truck. I started to figure out, cost and stuff because what my intention was is to get a truck, hire a couple people, load that sucker up, drive it to Tucson, excuse me, Vail, Arizona, and then my friend was going to drive my car. So it'd be the cost of the truck, the movers, or whoever was going to pack me, and the overnight stay, all the food, because I definitely pay for all of that, and then the flight home. So for both of us, so it was going to cost a little bit, but I ran across two movers, and so I did call them. I thought, well, I'm just going to get some kind of estimate. But I tell you what, man, that guy started at 4,700 and he got me down to 21. So, because he had a truck that was going that way anyways. So he said, "Hey, I can give you a smoking deal. I can give you 27." And I'm like, that's a great deal, but still, that's too much for me. But he just kept whittling it down, and we talked, and he rides a motorcycle. Unfortunately, he was in an accident. He was rear end, excuse me, somebody, as he was pulling up to a light, somebody pulled out right in front of him, so he rear-ended them. He trashed his bike, and his wife said, "Mm-mm, you don't get another bike, and if you do, I'm changing the locks." So he doesn't get to ride, which I did send him an email after that and let him know, you got to live while you're alive, I mean, and no regrets. That's one of my sayings is no regrets. And you don't know what you don't know. That's my other saying. You don't know what you don't know. and no regrets. So if you want to do it, do it. So I did encourage him to perhaps talk his wife into riding because I say life begins when you ride a motorcycle. So and those of you that ride know exactly what that means because there is such a freedom with riding, and you get the smells and you get the different temperatures, and you get a whole different view actually of what you're looking at. It looks totally different than in a car, just because of all the senses that are alive when you're riding there. So life does begin when you get a motorcycle. If you've been thinking about it, please just do it. You can always, say, "Oh, okay, I tried," and then stop. But I doubt that's going to happen. Just get a motorcycle that's going to be appropriate for you. I always say you got to have your first bike, so something that's lighter, you can kind of throw around, feel very comfortable with, and then go to something bigger. But when you go big right off the gate, then sometimes it's intimidating. So get something smaller. But anyways, so the guy gave me a smoking deal. I'm just super happy. They're going to come on the 24th. So I've got to get back up in storage and just make sure that I've got everything wrapped up and ready to roll for them on the 24th. So they'll come, they'll load it up, they'll wrap my furniture up for me to make sure that doesn't get any more damaged. That it's been getting from moving it, but it's just furniture, right? And so that's going to happen the 24th. My daughter's flying in on the 26th to take my car. So instead of me driving the car there, another God moment. I mean, the movers, that smoking deal of 2100, God moment. My daughter happens to have 4 days off, God moment. So everything's just really lining up for me, and so I'm pretty happy. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to drive my car across the street, and there's a mechanic shop there, and so they're going to be waiting for me. I told them I'd be there about 10. And then I need the car fixed. It's got a check engine light on, and I want to get it ready for my daughter when she comes to get it. I want them to check my brakes, all that stuff. Oil change should be good. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I've been a little shopper because I thought, well, since I have a P.O. box up here and it's close, I better get everything that I want. So got some socks. I don't know what happened to my socks. When I left, I had 4 pair of regular socks and 3 pair of thick socks. So I need more socks. So so I ordered some socks and some stuff. Let's see what else has been going on. Oh, I think I found my trailer actually. It's called a swivel wheel. And the swivel wheel trailer, I'm going to get the dual action. So it's going to be, instead of one hitch coming out, it's going to be dual, 2. And then it's going to have 2 wheels instead of 1. When I was talking to the dealer, he said that, yeah, a lot of people start out with 1 wheel, especially when they have a motorcycle, just 1 wheel. But he said, but then they do call back, and say, hey, kind of want to go to the dual because I think it's going to feel more stable. So I'm just going to go for the more stable part first. So it's going to be about, with shipping, probably about $4,600 or something. But it's gonna really give me a lot of peace of mind. It's going to be a part of the RV. So instead of a 26-foot RV, I just need to keep in mind that I have a 31-foot RV. My backup camera is at the post office now, ready for me to pick up. So I'm pretty excited about that. It actually, it lights up. It'll light up the area at night so that I'm not backing up in the dark. So I'm real happy about that. It has some real good reviews. And it was like $135. So it's the kind you just stick it to your RV. There's no installation kind of a thing. So I just got to climb up that ladder, which, it's a little scary for me. But fear, again, is in your mind. So I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it because there's going to come a time when I might need to move it or do something with it. So might as well get that fear over with and just climb up there. Just making sure I have real good footwear is my intention. So, but anyways, so that's what I'm looking at. There is a company up in Grass Valley that I talked to, and they're like, yeah, well, I've got to look at the YouTube on how to install that. So I did go there yesterday while I was in Grass Valley just to see where are you located at? If I bring my RV to you, what's that look like? Where am I going to park? Kind of a thing. So, and I did ask them, I said, well, when I bring my RV to you, where would you like me to park? So he did tell me in the dirt. So I went to see what that looked like, and there was 2 cars already there, and I thought, well, my RV wouldn't fit there with your cars there. So I'm just going to pray that, it's always perfect. And so that's that. Let's see. I am back at Lisa's. I did get kicked off because they have a big music festival going on this weekend. It's the Strawberry Festival, and I guess they just take over. So she said I can come back Monday. So I did go ahead and book my stay for Monday, and then I'm gonna go to Ponderosa, the Thousand Trails there. I booked myself out till almost the end of December. So I've got my places, my campsites booked. And again, Thousand Trails, it's not going to cost me any more money. So I'm really, really grateful. And I was talking to Lisa last night, and I said, I got to figure out the laundry thing, I'm going to figure out, how am I going to get my laundry to the laundromat and stuff. And she goes, those RV sites, she goes, they have laundry facilities. And, well, no, I don't know because I've never been in one. I've either just, been a camper out in the middle of nowhere or at the fairgrounds. Fairgrounds does not have a laundry facility. They do have a public restroom and some really nice showers there. It was really nice to take a nice shower without having to turn the water off to conserve. So I'm looking forward to being at the Thousand Trails campsites. I understand they're very nice. And if they're not nice, hey, at least they have full hookups. And, I plan on doing some traveling. Once I really get organized in here, I plan on just riding around and just seeing what's there. Where am I at? What's there? So I'll definitely let you know where I'm going. But the first one is Thousand Trails in Ponderosa, which is at Lotus. And then I go to Lake Minden, which is over there just south of Yuba City, so I'm still in the area. But I figured I better still be in the area just to make sure that I get